Well, good morning. I'm back on the trail after zero in Franklin, where, gosh, a number of things took place. Sherry, the one with walking pneumonia, she's doing well. We've gotten her backpack replaced. My friend Wallace dropped me off a little while ago. It's some 40-ish degrees. Sun's shining. I'm sweating like a banshee on a uphill climb here. For a while, I got quite a bit done while I was in Franklin. Got some videos caught up and downloaded. Got my logbook updated. Some stories written in. If I don't do that every day, from one day to the next, I miss some stuff. I'm going to try and be a little more religious at it during the day and in the evening. I have done some gear switching. Bought a very lightweight fleece that North Face has. I was kind of debating between that and a vest and something a little heavier, but I went with the lightweight fleece. My only real concern about weather is if it gets very cold in the Smokies, which I hope to be in next week. The weather can be rather unpredictable there. Just 3-4 nights ago, it was reported up on in one of the shelters. The temperature was 19. I did a major gear. I'm in the middle of a major gear train change, if you will. I'm going to start staying more in shelters and less camping because I want to carry less weight, but sometimes you can't do that and you have to camp. So what I've done is I sent my tent and tent poles back home with Wallace, and he got a Aqua Quest Guide 10x10 tarp. I'm gonna try that out. If you do some YouTubing on that, it's quite amazing the configurations you can do with the tarp. But I kept the rain fly and the footprint. The footprint is the part that goes under the tent. I kept the footprint and the rain fly, and I got my 2 hiking poles back so I can use the hiking poles as tent poles. Along with, and I think I probably, well, 75% of the time I don't need the poles. 25% of the time I do, and I'm still worried a little bit about my arm and it being broken and taking a fall and doing something with it. But I'm gonna try, if I get to a shelter, the shelter's full, adjacent to the shelter, I'll set up. And I'm going to start out with my rain fly, and I've got some ideas about how to have a rain fly and a floor, but not the tent. And I'll take pictures of that and post them on Facebook. If that works out, then I'll go with that, and I'll send the tarp back. The tarp weighs about, I think Wallace said, about 1.5 pounds. And I will send that back and then just go with the fly. If I can't get the fly thing to work, then I'm going to start working with the tarp. One of the the heaviest things that I'm carrying, and I bet it's more than 5 pounds. I've got enough food to get me to the Smokies, even though I will be going past Nantahala Outdoor. Is the food situation is just dreadful weight-wise, and we're required right now to carry what's called a bear vault. It's nothing more than a big heavy-duty plastic jar with a top on it that has a lock to it, and bears can't get in it. You put all your food and smelly stuff, whether that's I don't use deodorant, but if it were deodorant or smelly stuff like that, put in your bear vault, take it about 50 feet from your campsite, and just lay it down. And if the bears get to it, they can't get in it, and they mess around with it and then move on. But we're required to have that. You know, in 50 some years of being on the trail, I've only seen one bear, and I think this bear stuff is nonsense, my estimation. But then Wallace did point out this morning, he said, well, you know, if you've got everything in your bear vault, the mice can't chew through your pack and get to your food. So there might be, I don't know, silver lining to that. But I'll tell you, if I could do away with, my bear vault's the smallest one you can get, weighs, I'd say 2.5 pounds. So if I can get rid of that 2.5 pounds, the 1.5 pounds of tarp, then that's 4 pounds. That's significant. I think I'm toting right now probably in the neighborhood of, I'm down 25 to 30. I'm hoping to get that weighed somewhere, but I'd like to get that weight down. I just ran a 29-minute mile. I'm okay with miles under 2 minutes, and that was uphill primarily. I'm hiking by myself, and I'm hoping my mileages can go up. I'm not going to push hard speed-wise, but I do want to get longer days. And if I could get, I'll tell you what, if I could get a 15-mile day, I'd be ecstatic. I mean, just over the top. But if I can get right now steady now 10 and 12-mile days, depending on what the shelter distances apart are, I'm going to be good there, and try and keep that up for the next week and then go from there. So all is going good. It's nice and sunny. It's cool. I'm sweating a little bit, and this is a great trail today. Hope y'all have a great day. This is Keith, headed north.